I know you're loving this drug, this is coming out your speakers. Bass through the bottoms, highs through the tweeters. LA is where I'm speaking of. Peace to all the gangsters, cause I got a lot of love.
I was in the streets for real, and I just happened to get a chance to rap. I used to make gang raps. I used to make raps like, we do a gang rap.
Everyone knows Ice-T was making it big in hip-hop back in the day, but you won't believe everything that happened to him. At first, it seemed like growing up in a rough neighborhood was trying to hold him back from breaking through.
While I was going to Crenshaw, I was involved with the gang scene. Pretty thick, all my friends was banging. And I got out of high school, got off into more of the crime scene.
But things got really crazy after he dropped Cop Killer with Body Count.
My drummer was like, man, they need a cop killer. I'm like, why? He said, so these cops will know they can't get away with what they doing. So I'm like, what if a guy snapped because of police brutality? Of course, by the time the press got it.
And on top of that, he had some real issues with his record label, which only made things worse. So, how did it all begin? Let's dive in. Tracy Lauren Merrow, who we later come to know as Ice-T, was born in Newark, New Jersey on February 16, 1958. His father's family came from Virginia and Philadelphia, and his mother's side came from Louisiana. Both of his parents were black, although his dad had a darker complexion, while his mom was lighter-skinned, Creole.
I was born in Newark, New Jersey.
Okay.
My mother and father, my mother was Creole. She's from New Orleans. She was a very, very fair-skinned black woman.
When he was still a kid, his family moved to Summit, New Jersey, which was a more reserved area. Around the age of 7, Ice started to really notice racism. Some of his white friends would make fun of black kids. They didn't do it to him because they assumed he was white due to the shade of his skin. His mother taught him not to let other people's ignorance control how he felt or acted. But life got tough very quickly. His mother died of a heart attack when he was in 3rd grade. That left him alone with his father.
Well, my mother passed when I was in the 3rd grade.
At a young age.
Yes, and I lived with my father and a housekeeper. She was from down south. Her name was Miss Sinoni. She used to take care of me.
Not long after, Ice got into his first little taste of crime. His father had bought him a bike for Christmas, and when it got stolen, Ice told him. His father simply said he wouldn't be buying another one. So Ice decided to take matters into his own hands. He went ahead and stole bike parts from other bikes and built himself some from the pieces. He wasn't caught, and his father never mentioned it. Then, around age 13, tragedy struck again. This time, it was with his father. He died of the same heart attack that killed his mom.
And then my father passed when I was in the 7th grade.
Young.
Yeah.
With both parents gone, Ice moved to Los Angeles to live with his aunt in View Park, Windsor Hills, a mostly black, middle-class neighborhood. He shared a room with his cousin Earl, who listened to rock music all the time. That's actually how Ice started getting into rock and heavy metal. Later, Ice moved to the Crenshaw area and went to Palms Junior High, which had mostly white students, but also some black students. Ice was different from a lot of kids at the time. He didn't smoke, drink, or use drugs. Meanwhile, gang culture was becoming a big part of schools in LA. The Crips and Bloods were already active, and fights would break out in the hallways. Ice never joined any gang, though. But he was close to some gang members. He would write rhymes, chants, and slogans for them, especially for the Crips.
I came to Los Angeles and got into high school out there, and I was involved with the street gangs in Los Angeles for about 4 years. Then I elevated from like street gangs just to basic street crime.
Around that same time, he started reading books by Iceberg Slim. He memorized the stories and would read them to his friends. They loved it, and that's how he got the name Ice-T. Now, things weren't as smooth in school, so to make some quick money, Ice did small, petty things here and there. But after he graduated, things got even harder. Money was tight, and the streets were rough. The only steady income he had was the Social Security money he got after his father passed away. So, to survive, Ice started selling weed and stealing car stereos to make extra cash.
Then I left out of the gangs and I got into what you would call street hustling. I was a player, you know what I'm saying? I'm out there making. My crew, which ranged from guys 15 to 22, we made $500,000 a week.
Then his girlfriend got pregnant, and once they had their first child, life got even tougher. Ice could feel trouble coming if he kept living that way. So, instead of going deeper into crime, he decided to join the military. He applied, and in October 1977, he was accepted into the Army. But even there, his old habits caught up with him. Ice and a few other soldiers stole an infantry rug and got in trouble.
And you were put in military jail. Is that a tough scene?
I had this sergeant who realized some of us had special skills.
Right.
And he started asking for stuff like, I want this, we need a bumper pool table. And me and a couple of guys would...
While he was waiting for the case to be handled, he received a $2,500 bonus check. He took the money and disappeared for a month. When he came back, the rug was recovered, and instead of going to jail, he received a non-judicial punishment and moved on to advanced infantry training. During his time in the Army, Ice discovered hip-hop. He heard Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang and was instantly inspired. He began rapping over early hip-hop instrumentals, but his raw delivery didn't match the style yet. Later, Ice was stationed in Hawaii. While there, he saved enough money to buy DJ equipment. He purchased turntables, a mixer, speakers, literally the whole setup. That was the beginning of everything. After leaving the Army, Ice came back home determined to stay away from gang life. He wanted to be a DJ and make his own name. He started performing at parties, and people noticed he was actually better at rapping than DJing. So he leaned into rap.
Picked up rap just out of just being a slick talker, and from making old gang slogans and stuff, and was very fortunate that I was in a club.
But even then, the streets pulled him back for a bit. He and some friends robbed jewelry stores, pretending to be regular customers before smashing display cases with small sledgehammers. Eventually, his friends got caught. One friend, Sean, took the blame and served 2 years. Ice always said he owed him for that. Sean going to prison gave Ice the chance to focus on music for real.
But in that 6 years, all of them either been to prison, 2 of them are in jail.
Around the same time, Ice got into a car accident and ended up in the hospital as a John Doe because he wasn't carrying any ID, and this is for obvious reasons. When he got out, that was his wake-up call. He decided he was done with crime for good. 2 weeks later, he entered an open mic competition at the Carolina West nightclub. The judge was none other than Curtis Blow. Ice won. The next week he entered again, this time under the name DJ Tracy, but lost to a rapper named Disco Daddy. That's when he locked in the name Ice-T, and from there, he never looked back. In 1982, Ice-T met a producer named Willie Strong from Saturn Records. A year later, in 1983, they recorded Ice-T's first single, Cold Wind Madness, also known as The Coldest Rap. It didn't get played on the radio because the lyrics were considered too hardcore, but it still became really popular in the underground scene. That same year, he put out another track called Body Rock, which became a hit in dance clubs. In 1984, he released Killers, which was his first politically charged song. Not long after, he was featured on a track called Reckless by DJ Chris the Glove Taylor. That song blew up after it was included in the movie Breakin'. There was even a follow-up song for the sequel Breakin' 2, but it was never officially released. During this time, Ice also worked with Unknown DJ, making songs with a style similar to Run DMC. Ice-T got even more inspiration when he heard PSK What Does It Mean by Schoolie D. The song hinted at gang life without naming gangs directly. Ice liked how raw and real it felt, so he borrowed that style and wrote 6 in the Morning while living in Hollywood. He made the beat himself with a Roland TR 808 drum machine. The song ended up being released as the B-side to Dog in the Wax. Surprisingly, the B-side became more popular than the main track. Even though Ice wrote about the streets, he didn't claim any specific gang. He wore both red and blue, so no one could label him. Eventually, Ice caught the attention of Sire Records. When the label president Seymour Stein heard Ice-T's demo, he said Ice's style reminded him of Bob Dylan because of how he told stories. Ice-T signed with the label, and in 1987, he released his first album, Rhyme Pays, with help from DJ Evil E, DJ Aladdin, and producer Africa Islam. The album went gold. That same year, he recorded the title song for the movie Colors, which was about gang life in LA.
Any problem I got, I just put.
The heaviest line in the record is, "Our color's death, though we all want peace, but this war won't end till all wars cease." And what I'm trying to say is that for people that have the attitude you could snap your fingers and end gangs, it's a joke.
His next album, Power, came in 1988 under his own label, Rhyme Syndicate. It also went gold and showed that Ice-T was becoming a major force in rap. Then, in 1989, he released The Iceberg, Freedom of Speech, Just Watch What You Say, which matched bold beats with sharp storytelling. That album strengthened his reputation even more. In 1991, Ice-T dropped OG Original Gangster, an album many people say helped define gangsta rap. On that same album, he introduced his heavy metal band, Body Count. He toured with Body Count during the first Lollapalooza festival in 1991, which helped him gain fans outside of hip-hop, including rock and alternative listeners. Body Count released their debut album in 1992. Around this time, Ice-T was also part of a big collaborative track called Back on the Block by Quincy Jones. The song brought together jazz, soul, funk, and rap artists, and Ice-T won a Grammy Award for it, along with the other featured musicians. Things took a dramatic turn when Ice-T's band Body Count released a song called Cop Killer. The song was written from the viewpoint of someone who had been abused by racist, violent police officers and wanted revenge. Ice-T meant it as a story, not a real-life threat, and he used rock music instead of rap to deliver it. But many people didn't see it that way.
And these cops don't go to jail. They're just laid off. You know, there's no cops on death row. And this particular character in this song has said, hey, I know your family's grieving, but so what, you know? This is a point where I determine it's time to get even.
Government officials were furious. Police groups were angry. Even the National Rifle Association got involved. The song caused so much controversy that Time Warner, the parent company of Ice-T's record label, refused to release his upcoming album, Home Invasion, because they didn't want to deal with the backlash.
A rapper named Ice-T. His Cop Killer's CD was about police officers. Police across the country were outraged, rightfully so.
The object is to learn how to pimp yourself eventually, become the corporation so that you can run your own thing and you know how to work yourself. But the mistake a lot of people make is thinking that the record company loves them.
Ice-T tried to explain that people were overreacting. He said that movies often show violence against police officers, teachers, nurses, and other people, but no one complains about that. He pointed out that Arnold Schwarzenegger, in The Terminator, destroyed half a police force on screen, but the movie was still celebrated. Ice-T felt the problem wasn't the violence, it was more of a systemic problem. It was that a black man was the one expressing these issues in a song. Eventually, Ice-T and his record label split on good terms. Ice brought back his own label, Rhyme Syndicate, and made a new deal with Priority Records, who agreed to release Home Invasion. The album came out in 1993 and did very well, reaching the top 10 on the R&B/hip-hop charts and the top 20 on the Billboard 200. It included songs like Got a Lot of Love, I Ain't New to This, and 99 Problems, which, years later, Jay-Z recorded his own version.
I got a old new.
Ice-T also continued expanding into other areas. He acted in movies and eventually took on one of his most surprising roles. He played Detective Finn Tutuola on Law & Order, Special Victims Unit.
You're under arrest.
Can't arrest me in my house.
Your house. This is company property, dumbass.
This role was shocking to some people because he had once been known for making music against police systems. But on the show, he played a tough, sharp detective. His performance was so strong that in 2002, he won an AACP Image Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series. However, things were not smooth for Body Count. Body Count suffered several heartbreaking losses over the years. Their drummer, Beatmaster V, died of leukemia in 1996. Then bassist Mooseman was killed in a drive-by shooting in 2001. In 2004, guitarist D-Rock also passed away from lymphoma. All these losses were heavy, and the group was left with only 2 original members.
Moose went home to visit his friends in the neighborhood he grew up in, and some guys pulled up and decided to start shooting. Everybody ran down the driveway, and Moose was the only one hit, got shot in the back.
In 2006, Ice-T released his first rap album in years, titled Gangsta Rap. The album cover caused a lot of controversy. It showed Ice-T in bed with his wife, and many stores refused to sell it because they thought it was too explicit.
Gangsta rap, get smacked, buses get jacked, front if you want.
Some fans also felt the music wasn't as strong as his earlier political and street-focused work. But Ice-T didn't back down. He made the album the way he wanted to. Years later, in November 2011, Ice-T went on Twitter and told fans he was working on new music. He said he was collecting beats for his next solo album, and people expected it to drop in 2012. But time passed, and by October 2014, the album still wasn't released. It just never came out. In July 2019, Ice-T returned to hip-hop for the first time in 10 years with a song called Feds in My Rearview. The track talks about being watched, followed, and targeted by law enforcement, something Ice-T has spoken about throughout his career. He later released another track in September 2019, Too Old for the Dumb She, which he described as a prequel to the first song. He also appeared on a group hip-hop track in 2020 called The Slayers Club, along with other well-known rappers.
Chemically causing casualties, endlessly blow your brains out and shatter your memory.
Recently, Ice-T made headlines again, but this time, not for music. He was pulled over in New Jersey for having expired tags and no front license plate. During the stop, he admitted that his driver's license was also expired and explained that he was actually on his way to the DMV to fix the situation. Things got tense when the officer said the car would have to be towed. Ice-T got frustrated and cursed at the officer.
No, don't touch me. Don't give me like that. Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera. This I am a foot away from DMV. Keep your distance. You are
More police arrived, and eventually a sergeant stepped in to calm everything down. In the end, Ice-T received 4 tickets, including one for driving with a suspended license. The situation sparked a lot of conversation online, with some people defending him, others criticizing him. But this isn't the first time Ice-T has been in the spotlight for reasons outside of music. Over the years, he and his wife Coco have also faced criticism about how they raise their daughter. People online have made comments about everything from parenting decisions to family routines. Ice-T has responded in interviews, saying that he and his wife simply do what works best for their family, and they don't let the public pressure change how they live. In August 2023, Coco, Ice-T's wife, found herself in the middle of another online backlash. She posted a video underwater where she kissed their daughter, Chanel, on the lips while wearing a bikini. Some people thought the video looked strange and said it was inappropriate. The comments came fast, and many people had strong opinions about it. But this wasn't the first time Coco faced criticism about how she interacts with her daughter. A few months before that, she was criticized for a TikTok and Instagram video where she was dancing with Chanel. Some viewers said the dancing didn't look right for a little girl. And even before that, in 2022, Coco posted a picture of herself in a very revealing bikini while squatting next to Chanel. Again, the internet had something to say. People also got upset when Coco and Ice-T pushed their daughter Chanel in a stroller, saying she was too old to be in one. Many people complained online about it, but Coco and Ice-T didn't back down. They said they're raising their daughter in the way that works for them. They even talked about possibly making a reality show to show their parenting style.
As a mother, you don't hear that much. You don't hear that much from everybody. I have the whole world, and I'm underneath a microscope all the time. And you don't hear what good you do.
Ice-T later said that he doesn't care what people think, because their family is different. In his words, "I'm a rock star. It's different." He made it clear that they aren't hurting anyone. Instead, they're just living their life. During his music career, Ice-T put out 8 solo rap albums and also released 7 albums with his metal band, Body Count. And since the year 2000, he has played Detective Odafin Finn Tutuola on the hit TV show Law & Order Special Victims Unit. He has been on the show for so long that many people know him more as Finn than as Ice-T. So at the end of the day, Ice-T made a name for himself in both hip-hop and Hollywood. His impact in both worlds is something you can't ignore.